Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to take some time to do another quick Vinny thinking. It's something that's kind of been bothering me. Maybe not so much bothering me, but just on my mind. I got a 15-year-old daughter right now. She turns actually 15 in a couple days. And something that's pretty interesting is that she sees her father on social media quite a bit. And I think she is kind of drawn to what social media has done into our lives. But not even that. It's just she's grown up in an era where everyone has social media, from Facebook to Instagram to Snapchat. And I'm not sure if any of you guys have kids, but if you do, this is probably one of those ones that you want to listen to and kind of see what the deal is in my life and what we go through. And hopefully you guys have better answers than what I have, I guess. So essentially my daughter has now been pretty much banned from all social media for a little while until I can find out a better answer for her, and until I can get her to understand what social media really is. In my opinion, social media can bring out some of the worst in people, and social media also obviously has been able to provide me with the lifestyle that I have today by being a social media, public figure, if you will. It's just been a blessing for me to be able to put my message out there. But with that being said, if you've seen my social media from the beginning until now, it hasn't really changed, right? And so because none of this stuff really, I guess, drives me. I kind of know who I am. I know my character. I know, I guess, my identity before I started with social media, and so none of it thrives me. When I make a post, I could have 1 like or I can have 10,000 likes. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm gonna post it no matter what, right? The reasons I am posting is because if you guys don't know, most of my posts, if they make me fucking laugh, well, I post them because I post it for my own fucking humor. I think it's funny as fuck. Whether it's awkward, whether it's funny, whether it's serious, whether it's just marketing, right? There's a lot of stuff. There's stuff on my page. It's just marketing. Whether it's my family, my dogs, whatever the hell it is. But I've kind of grown up and always had a personality where I just find life funny. I find some of the most difficult times in life, and I find humor in it. And that might be the way I was raised. It might be just the years of life, and that's how I cope with it. But either way, I find humor in everything in life, and a lot of things in life. And what I want to talk about was social media and kids these days. See, the difference between me and my daughter is I have an identity. I know who the fuck I am. I know what I want in life, and I know the direction I'm going. The difference with my daughter is she essentially is kind of learning who she is. She's learning not only about what she gets at home, but what she gets from her friends, her little community at school. And if all the friends around her have a Snapchat or an Instagram or a Facebook, and she doesn't, well, then she has the fear of missing out. She struggles with FOMO, they call it, right? It's just fear of missing out. She goes to school on a Monday and misses whatever conversations they were having during the weekend. And it's funny how kids are. They start to believe that social media essentially creates an identity. Their social media is the identity that they're presenting, but in all actuality, we all know social media is just pretty much your highlights of your fucking life. You don't get too much of the bad. You don't get too much of the great. You get all the perfect bullshit. But for girls, essentially, girls mainly, they thrive off likes. Essentially, they're feeling validated by how many people like their pictures. Now, how do you get more likes? You guys listening right now, you guys know, how does a female get more likes? Well, essentially, they show a little bit more skin. And when they show a little bit more skin, guys obviously like. And when you start to do that, you start giving these women, these young girls, this false identity. They start milking the idea of attention, and they start thriving off of attention, and they start going down a path that's, in my opinion, isn't too healthy. There's people that can raise their kids however they want, and if they can find this and they can justify that that's what they want for their kid, and that's fine. But me as a father, trying to raise a woman in this world, knowing that every fucking dude out there that talks to her, tries to talk to her, wants to be friends with her, essentially has another agenda, if you will. And so me trying to be smart, not knowing all the answers, I've kind of eliminated most of those social media tendencies by completely eliminating social media in her life for now, until I can find that she's mature enough to handle that. All right, where I first identified this was Snapchat streaks. If you guys don't know about that, in Snapchat they have a thing called streaks, and I believe it's I don't know this very well, and I don't really use my Snapchat too often, but in Snapchat, you have a thing called streaks where you continue a conversation in consecutive days. Like every day you continue a conversation. It's called streaks. And for some reason, these fucking kids breathe by this shit, right? They feel like this is life. The better the streaks they have, the more important they fucking feel. I don't fucking know what the fuck it is. I think it's absolutely insane to think these streaks are of any importance in life. But I'm telling you right now, if you tell your kid you're going to take away their freaking Snapchats and destroy their streaks, you'll see them break down. At least the females will. And it's pretty crazy. I don't understand it, but those are one of those things where I try to identify to my daughter, like, none of this stuff is real. The people that follow you on social media, a small percent actually give a shit, right? Those streaks mean nothing. You know what I mean? They don't create money. They don't create a revenue stream. They don't do anything for you, but it occupies your time with uselessness, right? It occupies your brain with something that's so freaking irrelevant in life that it's wasted. It's a wasted effort. And I for some reason, I can give my daughter all the answers in the world, and she still chooses not to fucking take them, right? Because that just seems to be how kids are, and essentially that's how I was. But it's starting to become a problem, you know. It's something I've been working on a public speaking for school to help kids identify that. Like, realize this: if you post a picture because you like the picture. Because you don't give two fucking shits about anyone around you and what they fucking think about that picture. Because that's your social media. So if you take a picture or a selfie of you and you want to post it, post the motherfucker. And if you don't get enough fucking likes within a fucking 30 minutes and an hour or 20, who gives a fuck? You didn't post it for everyone else's fucking enjoyment. You posted it for yourself. Stay real to yourself. Identify who the fuck you are. And if you want to make a post and some people are not going to like it, well, that's on them. Who gives a fuck? You didn't post it essentially for them. You posted it for yourself. And if they don't fucking like it, well, then fuck them. Who gives a shit, right? Like my social media is completely whatever the fuck I want it to be. You know what I mean? Some people are like, why the hell you always tag The Rock? Like, who gives a fuck what I do? I do it because it humors me. It makes me feel good. It makes me laugh. And it makes me just want to do shit that I think is funny because it makes me laugh. And so if it makes me laugh, maybe it'll make some of you laugh. And if you don't fucking like it, keep fucking scrolling, asshole. And this is a crazy thing because it's the same concept of, like, people are drawn to negativity on social media because that's what drives traffic, right? That essentially gets more shares and you get it's kind of viral. You know, a lot of the negative stuff about cops being brutal, a lot of the negative stuff like stolen valor, and people go, make them famous. Like, how about we not make them famous? How about we fucking just ignore it? How about we just not give them a share so they don't have any room to breathe, right? What we do is essentially, we're giving them life. We're giving people a voice for being stupid. Stop giving idiots a voice by sharing them to make them famous. Instead, just ignore it. And eventually, that post will pass, and another dumb post will show up here soon. And again, all you guys who for some reason feel like social media is a place to keep blasting idiots, and all you're doing is giving them a voice. Now we have a girl who has 14 million followers from the Cash Me Outside girl. Catch Me Outside. How about that? 14 million followers. That is definitely not the person I want my kids looking up to. That is not the inspirational role model I want my daughter looking up to. But in the day and age of social media, the more followers you have, the more important you are to society. Kind of a sad thing, honestly. Kind of a real sad thing. Well, I just want to give you kind of a piece of my mind on social media. If you guys be smart with it, know if your kids are mature enough to handle it. Let them explain to them that, likes does not equal popularity. Likes and followers do not equal being justified and validated. You post whatever you post. If you post it because you wanted to post it, not because you think everyone around you is going to enjoy it. If you enjoy it, that's your world, right? Everyone's social media is theirs, but understand, don't let it control you. Don't let it manipulate you. Don't let it be the space for you to vent your negative emotions towards life. Just share the world without negativity. Fucking A. All right, fellas, I'm out.